Everybody, welcome back. Saturday morning, we are going to jump back on the 750 Pro Street bike. Getting really close to having this thing ready to take down off the lift. We got all our banjo fittings that we figured out last week. Also got a few more parts to machine up. I'm going to machine the clutch pusher for the hydraulic clutch conversion. We got our gasket in for our clutch cover, so if we get all those little pieces done, we'll be able to button up the clutch cover on the engine. And I don't know, there was some, oh, we got our plug wires in so we can make plug wires, and we might be ready to get the tank back on for the final time and start looking at getting this thing down. So we do need to, one other thing we got to make is a mount for our shock reservoir. So anyway, still a few things to do, but we're going to try and plug away on that a little bit today. Something else in a channel update, we just got all set up and are doing channel memberships now, so check those out if it's something you might be interested in supporting us here. The support greatly helps make these videos possible and allows us to continue to do this and even do more, add in different type of stuff. So got 3 different levels of channel membership. Check those out if you feel like doing so, and if you feel like supporting us, we'd really appreciate that. So that's the channel update there, and we're gonna get to work.
It was an accident.
So you had poached eggs.
They're trashed eggs is what I had. I had no eggs. I was so fucking angry. I didn't have anything. So annoying.
Alright, so first up, we're going to get this clutch cover pulled off. We got to make a plug to go in the top where the clutch release arm used to go. Alright, so we got our clutch cover off. You can see here this hole. This is where we need to machine and make our plug. But first things first, it looks like we got a little bearing in there, which I think we'll try to knock out. Alright. So we got that knocked out of the way. Nicole, I have some calipers on the counter right there.
You want both?
One's fine. Thank you. So we got a hole diameter of 703. So we'll go ahead out to the lathe, machine up a little plug, and come back and fill this hole in. Alright, there we have it. Nice little clutch cover plug. And gonna head back inside and see if we can get this fit into the case. Alright, so we got our plug. Nice fit in there. We're gonna go ahead and install it with a little bit of quick-set 2-part epoxy, because it's a permanent deal. We're never gonna want to take that out. Had I made this before we painted the cover and all that, I probably would have pressed it in, but I don't want a chance scratching the cover, so a little two-part epoxy will do the job just the same.
Sorry, Don, it's loud up here.
Yeah, that's okay. Alright, so we got our plug in, our epoxy, got our new gasket on. Go ahead and slide this back in place. I see you're not here to work.
How can you tell that?
Flip-flops.
That's a dead giveaway.
You knew that when you hopped out the car, Don.
I'm lucky that I even left the house this morning.
That's how I know he isn't going to do anything.
Matt texted me last night. He said, just come and hang out. And bullshit, so.
You come, hang out, relax.
I was planning on
Just help
coming.
out sitting in the house all
I
day.
was planning on coming and hanging out. I gotta work on my pole barn after this.
But I'm still not seeing any real money from it, but it's getting other, you know.
Taking care of mother so you don't have to.
Yeah, well, like I bought fucking 6 bikes last week.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Where are they at?
Out back.
Oh, just straight parts bikes?
Oh, yeah, yeah. The scrap guy brings them.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
Any Harleys?
No. Not on that road. I mean,
No way.
yeah.
It's stuff that'll probably sell, some of the stuff?
Everything sells. It doesn't.
That's crazy.
It doesn't matter what it is. Cause
So bizarre, dude.
what?
That all that stuff sells.
Yeah. But I mean, it really doesn't matter because somebody's got one of those bikes, whatever
Yeah.
whatever the bike is. So
Just like when we redid my chopper, everything sold off of that like
yeah.
fast, like in a couple of weeks.
You see that slave cylinder right there?
Yeah. This?
Yes. Thank you. Oh, I'm an idiot.
And I never thought that stuff would sell, but it sold quick.
Yeah. All right, so next up we got to make our clutch pusher. It'll end up riding on this throwout bearing. So first thing we need to do is get the inside bore of this throwout bearing. So we're going to use a telescoping snap gauge here. Put that in, tighten it. We'll rock it past center. And then we'll measure it with our calipers. And it looks like it's 4.70. So that'll be our nose dimension. We'll machine on there. Nicole, can you bring me a piece of paper, like a notebook and a pen, please? Alright, so I'm going to make up a quick sketch here, which I'm sure some of you guys who know how to draw will laugh at, but that's okay. Now we got to put our cover back on. And measure for the length. Alright, so the length from the throwout bearing to the face of the slave cylinder mount is 3.72. So we need that, 3.72. And then we have to subtract the depth of the actual slave cylinder piston from the mounting face dimension. So that is 0.865. That's 0.365, so it's a ½ inch difference. So then we'll take this 372 minus 500 minus 0.5, and we end up with 3.22 inches for our overall length, which is here and here. 3.22 inches. And then we just need to turn a little.
If we can't make them legally responsible because
What in the fuck?
Sorry, I hit that by accident. Got the sound off.
Then we have the little depth of that goes inside the actual piston of the slave cylinder, which is 0.613. So then this here will become a little nose. That's 0.613, and the diameter of that will be 0.324. 0.324. And this diameter here will be 0.55. Alright, so it's a little bit of a complicated part. I mean, it's not overly complicated to make, but it's just, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 different diameters, and 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of different stepped shoulders that are at a specific length. So, should be a little fun part to make on the lathe. Alright, well, here you have it. Nice custom machine, cold rolled clutch pusher. We'll head inside and see how it fits. Alright, so we've got our clutch pusher, which goes in our slave cylinder here. Nice fit there. And then we can slide it in to our quick access cover. And that'll bolt right on there.
Tell me when I can talk.
You can talk.
When I come back to work next Saturday,
Yeah.
I want to get my floorboards dialed in,
Yeah.
and I want to get this little bracket made for my train.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Probably.
Because those are loose ends. You know what loose ends do to me? They make me go crazy. They make me lose my mind. I don't know how you survive with all the loose ends you got. I don't know how you do it.
That's just
It drives me totally insane.
what it is.
Does that sound good?
Sure. Alright, so that's going to fit there nicely. Need to paint this slave cylinder because it looks a little crappy. But we're missing a few bolts on our clutch cover. I'll have to dig those up. And I just want to figure out, I have a really nice fit on this quick access cover. But I'm not sure about sealing it for oil. I think for the slave cylinder, I am going to, let's see, let's pop this off of here and take another look at it. I think what I might do is throw this back in the lathe and see if I can't cut a little groove in here for an O-ring. I have to see if I have an O-ring in my O-ring assortment that'd fit this.
Frick! I was gonna take that seat. No,
Forget that.
So that'll do that one.
I'm the
Let's
reason why
pop
this
this.
seat is here.
Let's pop this cover off and see what we can come up with to get this thing sealed up. If we hold this here, I can probably machine a little groove in the face of here, and then we can get some O-ring material. I believe they sell O-ring material uncut, like just by the end, you know, by length, and then we can feed that into there, and we'll have a nice O-ring seal on this and on our slave cylinder. So I like that idea. We'll have to get the O-ring material. Alright, so measured up our distance there. We're gonna have to try and find some O-ring material like 3/32 or 1/16. Be a little tiny O-ring, but should still work okay to seal it up. This is a really tight seal. It might seal even without the O-ring. So
Back to work next Saturday. Hard at it. Irritating John. Getting them all fired up.
That's my job.
see,
We got to do some stuff that he doesn't want to do,
seems that's everybody's job.
and it irritates him
I'm really good at it.
because you got to do something twice. But we do it nice because we do it twice, baby. Just remember that.
Got to put the clutch pusher in.
You got to have a really good week next week. Okay, remember. Think of me when you're getting angry next week, will you?
What?
Think of me when you're getting angry, so that you'll be happy and say, "I got to have a really good day on Saturday with Tom." All right. Remember our conversation on the phone? It's got to be fun. So I pushed it off to make it fun again. Brenda,
Tom, don't let me forget this is right here, okay?
I won't let you forget. I won't forget it for sure.
I don't want to say it out loud.
Why are you leaving it out?
It is open.
I got the combination.
You wanna open it for me?
The combination. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
I'd be paying him with his own money. Here, John, I got $2,000 for you.
Not out of there, you wouldn't.
Well, that stuff for right there is on that side.
This is all new for me.
What?
Ready?
Not being able to pay you with your money.
Yeah. I do that.
What do you mean my boater can't go to the machine shop?
Alright, nice. Got our slave cylinder with our pusher. We got our banjo fitting on here. If I can find some hydraulic line, which I think is out in the shop, maybe we'll make up our clutch line, run it up, figure out how that's going to install. It's a pretty tight squeeze up there. Probably going to have to take the headlight and little cowl off to get access. But I think next we will look at making our mount for our shock reservoir. So we got our shock reservoir here. It's connected to the shock with a braided line, obviously. And we're just going to make a little split clamp that'll clamp to the frame, the subframe here, and the body of the reservoir. Probably thinking we'll plasma cut it out and then do the finish machining in the mill. Alright, so we roughed out our shock reservoir mount on the plasma table, and now we're going to go ahead and put it in the mill. We'll finish bore this hole. This is a 1/2 inch hole, so it's easy to do with a regular round twist drill. This hole is a little over 175, so I'm going to use our rotobroach cutter. We'll clean this out. The plasma cutter doesn't make a real perfect clean hole, so we'll clean this out with this, then put the boring head back in and finish it to size. Alright, so there you have it. We got our shock reservoir mounted. And this is our brake light switch wires. We got a banjo bolt brake light switch we're going to use right here. And we're still waiting on our 3-wire weather pack plug to come for our tail light, but we are getting close. The spark plug boots I ordered won't fit on the deep plug hole on the shadow head, so I'm going to have to order something different for that. But overall, I think we might have all the fab done. We got to do hydraulic lines. We got to do a little bit of wiring, the tail light and the brake light switch wiring. We got to do spark plug wires. But as I glance over everything, I feel like all the fabrication is done. So we kind of go from the front to the back. We got the brakes, all the calipers are mounted. Got all our headlight and our hand control stuff. I really can't think of any more fab we need to do. So that's pretty exciting to get that done. One less thing to have to worry about. And as soon as we get these last little few electrical connectors and stuff, we'll be ready to take this thing down off the lift. Alright everybody, that's a wrap for today. I don't know, I feel like I didn't get anything much done, but I did get, I guess, the little last bits of the fabrication buttoned up. Got our shock mounted, all of our clutch stuff figured out. Just need to order these last couple of electrical connectors, reorder some plug wire stuff, and make our clutch lines, and our brake line rather. So I don't know, I guess I'm feeling okay about the progress today. It was kind of a weird day, but anyway, that's it. We're going to get out of here. Please don't forget to check out our channel memberships if that's something you're interested in. We really appreciate the support. That kind of support helps us to continue to make the content that we do. So check those out if you would, please. As always, let us know in the comments any questions, concerns, or anything you may need. And we hope to see you next time at Gatti's Garage.